My GPA is only 3.37. Last year, I applied for Seoul National University, Yonsei University, and Cheonnam University. And my major is international commerce. So what I want to tell you is GPA is not everything.
Hello, 안녕하세요. và chào các bạn.
Hi, my name is Ling and I'm from Vietnam. I'm currently studying in Seoul National University and I'm the Korean government scholarship scholar in 2020. So today is a video about how I paired the scholarship in 2019 and got it in 2020 with the same profile. So when I passed the scholarship, many friends told me that I should make a video about my life in Korea and how I got the scholarship, but I was quite shy, and actually there are a lot of people, like a lot of foreigner people text me, some from Philippines, some from Nigeria and other countries, and they asked me how I passed the scholarship and how I got to Seoul National University. So I thought that I should make the video in English, but actually I don't think that my English speaking is good, so I was quite shy, and standing in front of the camera is also difficult for me. So I didn't make it for a long time, but this day I realized I should do something meaningful and enjoyable. So yeah, I sit down here today and make the first video. Um, yeah, so a bit information about me. I applied the scholarship for master degree through embassy track. In 2019, I applied for Seoul National University, Yonsei University, and Sogang University, and I failed. And last year, I applied for Seoul National University, Yonsei University, and Cheonnam University. And my major is international commerce or international trade. Yeah, it depends on the university. Anyway, my profile is the same. The most curious questions. Everyone asks me about my profile. So that's why I make the video today. Everyone think that we have to have a high GPA, high English score, high Korean score to get the KGSB scholarship and get into Seoul National University. Other people ask me whether 3.6 above 4 is enough for the scholarship or not. Let me tell you, my GPA is only 3.37. Yeah, so I was also desperate when I started applying for the scholarship, because yeah, I see a lot of people with high GPA, and I also text them in 2019 when I started to think about the scholarship, and people told me that my GPA is too low. I think you should not expect much that you will pass the scholarship. I think that you should not put Seoul National University or should not put any Sky University in your application. But I still do it. I still did, because I really want to study in Seoul National University. So I put in my first choice. So what I want to tell you is GPA is not everything, and don't let other profile let you down. Yeah, of course there are a lot of people with high profile who pass a scholarship, but that doesn't mean that if you have a low profile, you have no chance. Yeah, that's not true. Don't let people let you down. Of course, if you have time, like if you have 2 years or 3 years more, I advise you to spend time on making a high GPA, good English score, good Korean score. But if you don't, that doesn't mean that the door is closed to you. The door open to me, and you also can do it. I think so. What I want to tell you today is the most important thing in applying the KGSP scholarship is not the profile. It's the personal statement and statement of purpose that make you stand out. So back to 2019, I failed the scholarship, and I have another friend who has similar profile with me. Like, I think her GPA is even lower, maybe, but she passed the first screening route of the embassy, and she went to the interview. So I think she can go to the interview. So actually, with my profile, I also can do it, but I failed. Why? Because she make a better personal statement and statement of purpose compared to me. So that's the moment I realized that I should focus more on the personal statements and statement of purpose. So in the video today, I will tell you what I did wrong in the first application and how I corrected to pass in the next year. If you take a look at the requirements, you will see that there are four things that you can change: application form, personal statement, statement of purpose, and recommendation letter. Other thing are just the records of something you did already. So I will tell you about other thing first, then I will come back to the main point. So for the degree, transcript, certificate of employment, English and Korean test results, you need to submit the original and certificate copies. About the proof of citizenship for you and your parents, you can use your passport or other documents that has the nationality information. For example, my mother does not have a passport, so I use my certificate of birth instead of the passport. I think this one, it depends on your country, so I will not go into detail. But if you have any question, you can make a comment below, so I will help you. So back to the main point, there are four documents that you fill in by yourself, so you can choose the way how you fill it. I will start with the recommendation letter. I get one letter from my professor and one from my boss in a Korean company, but I think you still can get two letters from two professors. Actually, it's also good because they want to see your academic ability, not the not the working experience. So don't worry about it. Having two letters from two professors, I think is the best. So my advice here is you can talk to your recommenders about how you want to write out the letter. For example, if your professor just write out like she's a good student and she work hard, then it's not convincible. So if you can, please tell in advance that, oh, I want you to focus on this project. Yeah, I did this project with you, and I think it's very important. It's related to something I want to study. So, for example, I asked my boss to write out more about my academic ability because at first he's only write out about my working experience, working skill. So I asked him about writing, how he feel how good I can study through the knowledge I shown in my work. Yeah, like that. So you can try to make a better recommendation. Don't just rely on your professors. The second thing is um, application form. So I made a mistake. I made a mistake in 2019. If you see the form, you will see that they have the table, and in each table you have one line for each batch. And in 2019, I just read out briefly like working in Kotra like that, and I didn't explain what I did. So I think it's a mistake. They didn't know how I work well in the company, what I do, what skill I have, and even worse, they even don't know what Kotra is. So writing down working in Coursera is meaningless. So in 2020, I corrected and I write shorter, like explain what I do and what achievement I had in short paragraphs. So like I make their table longer. So the application form in origin is only 2 page, but after I fill it become 3 page. But it's still okay. I passed it. So my advice is you don't have to stick in that 2 page only. You can make it longer if you want. So the third one is the personal statement. I think this is the most important in your application. Uh, so I checked the question this year and it has changed. Um, so as I told you, I submitted the same profile in 2 years. I only changed the business statement and statement of purpose and application form. So let me tell you what's the difference. For example, the questions motivation with which you apply for this program. This is so when I failed in 2019, this is what I wrote down. I would like to be equipped higher knowledge about international business statements, which can broaden my mind and break the impossible barrier between Vietnam and Korea Strait, as long as all over the world. I think the best place to study more about Korea is in Korea. So I choose to apply for your program. And when I passed. Last year, I got admission from Yonsei University and Sogang University for master degree in international trade with some tuition fee support, but I had to defer it as I did not have enough money for living in Korea. And I explained about my family condition and I explained how I work as a tutor during my undergraduate to show them that I'm not in a good financial situation, but I work hard and still working together with study. But I still have a quite okay result. Yeah, and mm, then, however, I know that doing the same thing in Korea is not as easy as in Vietnam because there's limitation for students who work in Korea. I it will be great if you it will be great if I could have financial support and spend all my time and mind on studying and researching only. You see the difference, right? The first essay is only about my dream, but everybody who apply for this scholarship has high dream, and the second essay is about the need of the financial support for my dream. So it's very important to emphasize to them that you need financial support because that's the main purpose of the scholarship. That's why some people with lower profile can get the scholarship, while someone with higher profile didn't have, because they are someone who is more in need of money. And this year the questions include family and education background, so I think you can explain more about your financial situation in this part. This year's question is quite informative, so I think you can write in detail about yourself. So I have some tips for you. You don't need to write them into a comprehensive essay. Uh, they have a lot of different questions, and I think that you don't need to write them into one essay. Last year, I even write out with the bullet. Question one, one, two, three. Question two, one, two, three. Question three, one, two, three. I just answer what they ask, and I didn't write into one essay. So, second, focus on what they ask. For example, in 2019, I wrote a lot about my achievement, but but actually they didn't ask about it. So I think my writing was not related to something they want to know. So don't just tell what you want to tell. Tell them what you want to know. Okay? And the third one is think about what kind of person you want to show them. Like write all the documents in an identical image. For example, my content focus on poor condition, so that's why I need your support. Second is working hard. Then I will continue to work hard in Korean too. Three, relation to Korea. Yeah, that's why I choose Korea. And four, ability to self-study, to show them my academic ability. And these characters are also shown in my recommendation letter. That's why I tell you that if you can, please talk to your recommenders in advance, so you can give them a stronger impression and the information given seem more trustable. And the last thing, the statement of purpose. So write in detail to show them that you are serious with your academic plan. This is a scholarship for study in Korea, not for travel. So they want to choose someone that they think that you will study hard. Therefore, do not write in comments such as I will study hard in the first year and write the thesis in the second year. It's not detailed enough. So these are my tips. First, write a qualitative goal. For example, I will got topic 5 after 1 year, like that. Second, write your thesis plan in advance and note that it's your current thought. You can change it in the future. So it's so that you have a clear plan and also willing to learn. Third, remember to write down that how you pay back to your country or to Korea. Of course, they want to give the scholarship to someone who can contribute to Korea or to your country or both. So these are my tips. I hope that I can encourage you through this video, because profile is not everything. Don't lose your confidence or lose your chance just because you think that your GPA is too low. So if you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment or contact me through Facebook or Instagram. I'm very willing to answer. So my next video is about how to make sure 100% that you will get a chance to study in Korea. Actually, I did a lot more than the KGSP scholarship. I applied for a lot of other scholarship to make sure that at least I pass one to have money to go to Korea. So in the next video, I will tell you about that, and I hope that it will help you to become more confident and have a backup plan for your future dream. So if you are interested, please like and subscribe my channel. Please have It's my first video and I feel so shy. Please encourage me too, so I can make more video. Thank you and bye bye. Good luck with your application. See you.